Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have another Creative Time Randomizer Season 5 tournament match here. Winners bracket round 1 between What the Hell's Happened in Braaks. I'm Star, with me on comms is Ginger Sunny. How are you doing today?
Hi, Star. Thanks very much. Doing pretty good. How about you? Very much looking forward to this one.
Same here.
So, looking at the starts, I was going to say we've got the Kukiri Emerald and Minuet. And we start as a child.
Yep. Yes, we do. Green start. Looks like Braaks is playing with and tells us go.
Yeah, I'm having difficulty hearing Star as well, I have to say. I think the sound's a little bit off. But we are going to start in about 40 seconds. And Pink Willie, today's seed is the same as earlier's seed. It's Baseball who's rolled this one. So if you liked earlier's, then you should like this one.
Yep. Sorry. I hope I'm back. My internet's being a little hit or miss apparently today. I apologize ahead of time. Hope it holds up okay enough. Can you hear me now?
It's better. It's definitely better.
Alright, that's good. And Big Pose is part of Market for hint purposes, as we see our cat child spawn is in the Bazaar of Cack.
Okay.
Not too bad. And no, that's a Cack Potion Shop. I think I got the two mixed up. Directions are hard as to get Requiem off of Saria.
Get that song chain started on Braaks' side.
And on roof is a heart piece, and let's see what the Colossus stuff is.
This actually does look like an actual chicken's play from What the Hell's in the first minute of the game.
Alright, Requiem giving us the Zeal check. Requiem check giving us Zeal. Nice. Let's see what's on the arch. That's... I have no idea. And Skull Mask is Iron Boots. Lovely game.
At least it's good to know.
Today Goop on Braaks is cropping. We'll address that in a second. The Goron is dead. And...
Oh yeah, you're right about the prediction odds. If you fancy a Braaks upset, then get your channel points on now, because you'll get crazy odds.
Oh, thanks, Game Wasteland's foolish. Great. And Domain is Pathomorph. Gotcha. And Frogs 2 is dead. And that's a wallet.
Just sitting there in Kakariko. Take that. It's just kind of interesting to see possibly one of the best, if not the best runner at the moment, doing chickens in the first 2 minutes of a race. It's not something to see every day.
No, definitely something. What the hell is here? The reigning Season 4 champion and the one who won the latest Speed Gaming Live tournament as well. Has won various other tournaments and a runner-up in plenty of others. Consistently excellent player. Let's see how this goes. Sadly, just a bloopy there on chickens.
That feels a bit bad, but at least it's done, I guess. If it ends up last locationing something, then at least it's one annoying check you don't have to do later.
Yeah, it's something you don't have to worry about anymore, and yeah, Braaks, relatively newer runner to the scene. I do not think I remember them in any previous tournament, so let's see how that goes. OGC is dead, okay.
Oh, hey,
and that's a lens on the last word screw up, sure.
Okay, Sphere Zero lens. It's been a little while since I've seen one of those.
Mm-hmm. For a comp stream, I do once in a long while, mostly Pokemon, as I tend to do on my own stream. Ginger, what do you do actually on your side?
Usually Ocarina or some Yakuza, if I feel like it.
How many skulls is dead there? I missed it. Baseball is actually a race monitor, but I added them to the checking reel just for a purpose, for some other reasons internally. And 30 is dead, thank you, chat.
Just a scale in Midos.
Yep.
Nothing too spectacular.
Indeed.
Still better than the t-shirt that What the Hell's just got.
There is that.
Both forms of chickens in this seed have proven to be pretty bad, so not a chicken seed, this one.
Yep. And that's an empty bottle in the Kokiri Sport chest. Not too bad to get it early.
Oh hey, a scale, a ball, and ZL. Rush Ice. This way.
I mean, Domain is path to Morpha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it actually makes sense in this case. It's possible.
I do like to commentate all over the place, to be fair, Cheese Gimbap. Haven't seen too much on my own side in a while, but I do love to, especially with both the Challenge Cup and Top 64, I am hopping. As are most of us, honestly, considering that there's a lot going on.
So many
featuring 128 runners between the Challenge Cup and the main tournament this year. There is a lot. Speaking of, if people want to join our volunteer team, check out the command. Much love to Baseball, who's doing their third race today. Don't overstretch yourself. Requiem was, well, what the hell's just got it. And Frog's one is dead. Okay.
So, not a frog seed either. It's good to know. That's strength in the river, though.
It's strength in Upper River, though, so gonna need to pick that up. Yep. Well, Matt the Matt, that is not my job. As far as the Discord volunteering goes, it is my job if you want to volunteer. Come the main Discord, that is up to the volunteer mods, and not me.
Yeah, anyone can volunteer. Depending on what role you want, there's like an application form and everything you can fill in. And yeah, they'll get back to you.
You have a functioning mic and you know something about OoTR, feel free to sign up, but you learn on the job.
Absolutely. And the thing about OoTR is you're always learning anyway, because the meta is always changing and new strats are always being found. Haunted Wasteland is dead.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, apologies, I am having... It's internet issues, not mic issues. Sometimes it just goes on the fritz as we get a 20 skulls dead hint there in the River Grotto. The main is Path for Morpha, we have seen that already. And Ice is Path to Phantom Cannon, okay. Hey.
If the seed wasn't telling you
Rush
to rush
Ice,
ice.
indeed!
And this time it might actually be like a rush ice, because it might be within like the first hour, or even half an hour. And there's that strength.
Yep. Alright, let's see. Is the Path to Morpha as child, or is it on King Zora?
The good thing about Domain is that you'll find out pretty fast. It doesn't take too long. It's Shadow Foolish.
Okay, that's a useful hint. Potentially, depending on where our items to get into Shadow are.
Yep, which we have seen none of yet.
Nope. Because Foolish's dungeons are often you get a hint just because it's the last dungeon in the game, logically. So by the time you get there, you're going to have everything anyway, and it's like, great, thanks for the waste of a Foolish hint.
Exactly.
Hints I wish I had yesterday for 200. Lol, yeah, heaps, yeah.
Bad luck.
Yeah, that was unfortunate luck for you, heaps.
It's a big chest, so...
Is that our path?
Or is it double defense or something?
Double defense is Stone of Agony or Neighbor's Love? Yeah. Or, another bottle, because we have one for free, so the second one, if it's regular, won't be path.
Yeah, makes ice even faster.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a heart piece, so that isn't it. And this is... the Kiri Sword! Alright.
Got the button earth.
So, Deku has something, apparently, or perhaps the medallion leads to something. That is probably it. Yes.
Yeah, chances of King Zora having something considerably less now.
Skull Mask is still the Iron Boots. Also logically required for Morpha. Whether or not it's hard required, we don't know yet. Depends where Gold Scale is, and where Longshot's gone off to. And where that boss key is. What the hell's on Deepity Beep strats? Or on City is foolish, that's a good hint.
That is a good foolish hint. There's a lot of checks there over 2 time periods that you can just avoid completely.
Yep. because they haven't even touched it yet. If it was like, it might not be as useful, but that is a really good hint.
Mm-hmm.
It's also our last foolish, which, okay.
We're not bad foolish hints. I mean, Wasteland, I guess, isn't terrible, but Goron City is definitely a huge advantage. Oh, hey, another wallet. It's wallet percent. Oh, strength 2 on child fishing.
Okay, that's fun. More items. I entirely missed the valley on what the hell's this side. What was that?
Oh yeah, I'm afraid I missed it too.
Big Pooh's dead, thanks chat. This is going to be a Deku play for Braaks. And yes, Goron City is foolish. Goron City foolish. The most powerful foolishes you can get in the early game checks there, a lot of which are really accessible, and some of which
50 dead. And we get to enjoy more of the heart sound, while the low health sound, while we wait for the fish to get caught. What the hell's going to get their strength 1 now then?
Alright, my internet seems to be stabilizing somewhat again. Do we see the second copy of... What was the second Deku hint? Did we see that? I didn't quite catch it.
It was Goron City Foolish again, I think.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, curious as to what the path to Morpha is going to be here in the Deku tree. If anything, because it could just be the reward for all we know. We don't know what this reward is, but it could just be that.
Mm. Oh, Braaks getting bodied by the sculpture there.
Yep, they do love to troll. I mean, it doesn't have to lead to Hook. It'll to a hookshot somehow, but how could be variable. Technically, it could be for a few sillier things. War tumblers have some things like a river chest, which requires a lot of time. There's a few different things, including the river chest that requires a bow. Depends. We do already know that iron boots are free, so those are free logically, at least, because those are on Skullmask. They're not so free to do, but they're free logic.
Yeah, the game assumes that you're willing to do that, even if you're really not.
Yep. And there's a curious search for what the hell is who suddenly stopped the no. In case it could even be for Song of Time.
What the hell's just seen the strength 2, so knows it's going to have to come all the way back up. Gets it on this child side, which I imagine he will. Yeah, Alistair might have it right. Someone at the ISP has played a Starseed and is just like, oh. But anyone who plays a Starseed and accepts to play it, like, they implicitly sign a contract that says that they're not going to be not going to hold the seed roller responsible. They entered it into full knowledge of what they were doing.
Indeed. Today is actually a baseball seed, though, so you can't even blame me for this right now.
No, it's blame baseball today.
I just restarted my... I just turned my Wi-Fi on my laptop off and on again. Let's see if that helps.
I mean, it sounds pretty clear and steady, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that's fixed it.
Yep. Good old turn it off and on again. If it gets too bad, it's mostly okay, but every few minutes I'll have to refresh. If it gets too bad, I'll see if I can find a replacement. I mean, this made sense that we haven't seen the Temple of Time yet. They've had a lot to do with Child. That's foremost on Deku. So, Deku itself an absolute snooze, but Forest Medallion makes a lot of sense.
Yep, go get that song. And
pretty much. We do already have ZL, but there's quite a lot of important songs missing, so I'm not surprised that one of those is passed. We'll have to see what it is, but that is good info. 50 is dead, yes. I think it's my internet acting up and not processing the hint update. Yeah. There we go. And that's strength 2 for what the hells. And setting Neko as well in chat, which reminds me that we should actually do some other shoutouts. If I can open the right tab, that would be useful. Because, merci beaucoup Arthur Houdini et Ryukan pour la restream française. They're doing a restream over on twitch.tv/Arthur Houdini, which I'll type out in chat if any of our francophone viewers wish to check that out. Always appreciate our francophone partners, especially since we do have a large number of francophone runners. I don't remember Braaks' nationality offhand, but I know that. But what the hell is for instance is KP Claw as we get a Zora tuning off Talon's chickens.
Braaks is Swiss, and I believe he speaks French, so I think he is francophone. So
okay, yeah. It's hard to remember things about everyone. But yes, Switzerland does have French as one of its four major official languages, and yes,
I mean, to be fair, you could probably speak any number of four languages being from Switzerland quite easily.
yeah, that's true. I'm trilingual myself. From the US, grew up bilingual English Mandarin, and French is a relatively recent third language.
Yeah, I'm afraid I can speak English and a bit of French, and my French is only really picked up from a lot of French restreaming. But it reminds me of school when I used to learn it.
Mm-hmm. And I say that French is a relatively recent language. Relative. I've spoken it for close to 12 years now. I think it's 11 years. I forget exactly when I started studying it, but it's been a while. Nothing in the silo. Just Sunsong on Madeline Ranch. Not the biggest payout today. Yes, relatively recent, considering I've been speaking English and Mandarin since I was old enough to talk. And it's really random that it got me to a point where I'm truly fluent instead of just being able to speak it in the class and whatnot. Being just seeing it and using it on a day-to-day basis in a casual setting really helps.
Yeah, definitely. It's when I'm watching one of my French restreams, I always really enjoy it for the when I'm reading it. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually understand that what they're saying,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like, oh, I know something.
Mm-hmm. The Francophone community is very diverse. We have, of course, many French people. We have Swiss, Belgians. We have Quebecois, other French Canadians. There's quite a variety out there. So you get a variety of accents too, because it's regionalized too within France and whatnot.
Mm.
So I personally find that like French and the French people and the other European francophones tend to sound relatively similar, but Quebecois has a very noticeably different accent.
Yeah, for sure.
I won't bother disclosing my true age. You guys can speculate. Well, I will say I am an adult. I kind of have to be a restreamer. The minimum age is 21. I won't say how old I am, but, anything less than, well, my age minus 2 years is going to be relatively new for language acquisition since I've been speaking English and Mandarin since I was about 1 or 2 years old. I think English is technically my first language, but not by much. Back on topic, though, Braaks is in market. What the Hells is getting B1 skip now, and is off to the basement for Goma. As I get a slingshot off Richard, okay, that's our logic for beating Goma.
Yeah, and targeting woods, otherwise no use for it. I guess it comes in handy if we dip Child Spirit.
Mm-hmm. Lil. I've heard the Quebecois accent described as French but wrong, lol, and the Trez thought that was about right the first time he heard a commentator with a really nice, thick French Canadian accent. That's funny, lost. To be fair, they do sound very different. I say that English is technically my first language because I learned English and Mandarin at basically the same time. So I assume like my first word was in English or something, but they're pretty much about the same. Lake is path to Bongo. OT's Nocturne! Frog's one is dead and Klaus's right hand is still dead.
Alright, well, now we find out that piece of information. What have we got? It's another baseball AD seed. Let's go.
Yep.
It could be anyway.
Well, unless their adult spawn is on Nocturne pads, which we haven't seen it yet, so we don't know. Storms is path to Morpha. Okay.
Storms, alright.
Medallion check. Forest, Deku, Water.
Oh, I can't see it. I need to refresh my stream on Braaks' side.
Okay. Forest, Deku, Water, Spirit, Shadow, Jabu. So, Foolish is Shadow, Medallion, Shadow, because I guess that hammer is probably going to be pretty late in logic as we get Blair off Minuet.
It's pretty mean. Pretty mean song location, I think.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere fast. As we get Serenade in the crater.
Didn't quite see
Bongo,
what that was.
Lake Hylia path to Bongo, probably for the strength upgrade. And apparently it's a boomerang on top of the crater. That's fun. Adult spawn in Talon's chickens, okay. Or Talon's house, I guess, since it's a little different as adult.
Yeah, it's I guess you're in the middle of the map, so you only have to hike a certain distance in one direction, but it's apart from that, it's not very useful at all.
No, not really. You put in the goal pin before I hit the update button. There we go. Yeah, so whatever is in ice, has to be a bow or leads to or locks all bows because we have a. I think. Oh no, it could be a hookshot because I actually still don't have a hookshot. Though, where's Riddo's letter? I'm looking at that Phantom Ganon path.
I think for once in a seed without memeing, I think Rush Ice is probably a good play. I think if that's what Braaks is going to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Song of Time in the Composer Grave. Okay.
Hmm.
Being the front of DC would also make sense.
Scout Town got excited for a second there.
Yeah, it's easy to lose track of what's where. What is that? On the crate is we get a bonus song in the windmill. It's something worth getting the bean for.
Maybe it's the arrows. Maybe it's
Slingshot. Okay, that.
Yeah, that's what it looked kind of like a slingshot.
All right, makes sense for the hells. He doesn't know that there's another slingshot just sitting in on Richard. The odds of Hook being in the well are pretty high, yeah. That makes me wonder about the ice path to Phantom Cannon too, because we have the strength upgrade, we have Minuet for access, we just don't have to the area. We just don't have a hookshot to get in the door or the bow to complete it. Yeah, okay, yeah, that looked like a slingshot bag on Braaks' side. Though after yesterday, I don't trust my eyes, especially because my internet's been a little hit or miss. How is it now, actually, with my internet?
Audio wise, it's been fine. I haven't
Yeah,
heard any more
it
cutting
seems to
out.
be a lot more stable in the last like 10 minutes or something since I turned my Wi-Fi off and on again. The wonders of turning it off and on again fixes a lot of stuff.
It is the life hack of all life hacks for technology about them. So fixes almost anything.
Mhm. Always the first thing to do is just, did you try turning it off and on again? Because it resets a lot of. A more technical explanation is it resets a lot of processes, and so if something's getting a little wonky, just restarting it often just clears it up a lot. So hey.
And that was 48 seconds, which is a very nice time to get a stick and a $5.
Mm-hmm.
Deserved better.
Low didn't. What doesn't help is turning a seed off and on again doesn't change the item placement.
Yeah, it doesn't re-roll it, unfortunately. You're still
Nope.
stuck with it.
At least with 6 medallions required for the bridge, it is not possible to have a hookshotless seed. Because you can do free Deku, Jabu, DC, Fire are all okay. But Water, Spirit, Shadow, and Forest, at least in these settings, require a hookshot. This does not apply necessarily to Dungeon Entrance Randomizer. Forest is full clearable potentially without a hookshot in Dungeon ER, and there are any number of other things can mess with that too. One of the occasions where I've had to go dig out the logic files live on Restream for comms is looking at whether or not a hookshot was waived here to beat Forest in a Dungeon ER seed. Spirit can be done with a hookshot, but it's an incredibly precise trick. You require hovers, and I believe it's currently banned in Standard because it's so OP if you can get it.
Yeah, there's a variety of tricks in OOT that are quite difficult, but that's a particularly unfair one in terms of sort of standard, and the goal of standard being to try and appeal to as many people as possible.
Indeed. Alright. This looks like an ice play for Braaks. Equipping that bottle. And a shield while he's at it. That's a nice play.
Anything sub 40 minutes is a rush ice, in my opinion. But the seed is basically screaming, you should go rush ice, so hopefully we'll find something useful there.
Technically out of logic without a letter, but they don't care when it's path.
Yeah, you can fix that logic. You know it's somewhere. You don't physically have to find it necessarily. You can.
Yep.
One player gets storms, the other player uses storms.
Yep. In Season 5, wave hero hints have been replaced with path hints, so in this case, so they point towards an item that leads to beating one specific dungeon. There's the hookshot. That resolves their storm's path. Thanks.
Yep. Just
not the most
Kokiri Forest.
Not the most useful of hints in the world, but okay, game. Okay. Yeah, most likely a bow and ice at this point. Really, it made more sense for the storms to be locking a hook than for ice to be locking a hook. Although, to be fair, Riddle's letter could be storms locked. It is AD. We require Nocturne. It's a medallion. And our adult spawn was not on the Nocturne pad. You're confusing well in the shadow there. Paradox sweater would be hilarious.
It's been a while since I've seen a Paradox letter, so I'd like that if it happens.
I mean, there's nothing that says that well can't have anything in it. It just doesn't need to have anything in it since we found something storms locked outside of the well. Volcano is the boomerang. The wall was, I believe, a rupee. Braaks having a bad time with King Zora skip here. There we go. Crater is Path to Baronade. Yes, thank you. There's a boomerang in there. Great. Thanks.
So useful.
Really needed that hint.
Just a piece of heart on the iceberg.
No clue what's on Icy Waters.
Nope.
I see something dark, but I can't tell if that's hover boots, a Deku shield, or something else.
It's like it's just out of sight. You can't quite see it.
Like, well, there's like a little blip if you pay close enough attention that shows that it's like dark brown. Like it briefly flashes into existence and then back out. I can tell it's brown.
Dark coloured for sure.
Yeah. I couldn't get a good enough look at the shape to tell you what dark colored item it is, but it is dark. And yes, our hints are really fantastic today. We really, really needed to know the domain to Morpha. The domain to Morpha hint, to be fair, is a bit more useful, because otherwise I don't know how early you get that Kokiri sword. That one I'll be alright, is okay. Ice to Phantom Ganon, Lake to Bongo for the strength upgrade is bleh, and so is the Crater for Boomerang. Yeah.
Pretty much the only good hint is we go on City Foolish. Everything else has been pretty bad.
Yeah.
Braaks just missing the recoil there. But...
Mm-hmm.
And a 47 seconds from what the hell's. Almost as fast as you can do it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, human 47 is a very good time.
Mm-hmm.
That Ice Keys not making Braaks' day there. And what the hell's putting all that money to use and buying the blue fire?
I mean, thinking about that King Zora, I don't blame him. And there's a bow. Well. There's a bow and ice. Alright, all other bows are bow locked. Thanks, and for the info game. That actually makes Forest a really good idea to go next, since that bow has to lock both of the others somehow.
Mm. Yeah, Forest is a really good shout.
It's also just a medallion, so you might as well do it. DC, not a bad idea for what the hell's also a medallion. Doesn't have explosives yet, but there's a decent chance it's in here. Thanks for the last slingshot game. We really needed that.
So yeah, no problem finding slingshots this seed. Lots and
Nope.
lots of slingshots.
There's the other copy of the Ice Path to Phantom Cannon hint. Thanks, game. Logged in. So, for context, because OT is an exceptionally well-coded game, you can use blue fire on mud walls. And also on the floor above King Dodongo. And on the Death Mountain Trail wall, I think, as well, was a recently discovered thing.
I think you're right.
Don't ask why. The mud wall thing is somewhat known. I did not realize that you could do it up to the floor above King Dodongo until I saw that in a random settings league bracket match, and I think someone mentioned more recently that you could blow it up with the DMT wall as well. OT! The most well-coded game in existence with absolutely no bugs whatsoever. Yes, it is allowed in standard. Usually it doesn't come up all that much, because usually explosives turn up reasonably quickly, and blue fire is kind of hard to get your hands on.
It's pretty expensive. You're going to need 2 wallets at least before you can get anywhere near buying it. So
yeah, logic does not take that into consideration. No.
No. Logic assumes that you have no problem whatsoever finding whatever cash is available for your wallet.
Well, no, that's not the issue, Ginger. The issue is logic does not assume that you can actually buy blue fire and blow up mud wall with it, because that was very much not intended.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I understand now. I get what you're talking
and
about.
nobody wants to code it in either, because no one feels like it. It's kind of ridiculously dumb. I think it might become a thing in Glitch Logic 2.0, but it is not in default logic in any form that I know of. What the hell is nearly forgetting to hit the switch. And there you go. Braaks having some issues with Ice Cavern glitchless jumps. To be fair, these are kind of annoying. Ice physics are fun.
Yeah, this one particularly is quite annoying if you get it just wrong.
Yeah, there we go, though. Alright, DMT storms for what the hell? Let's see what this is. Dictus! And 50 is still dead, thanks. We don't have a 40 hit yet. And that's a hammer, alright.
Okay, Stonefire. Or Gerudo Valley. Opens up a few more checks as well without the bomb bag.
I mean, to be fair, we need that bomb bag anyway. We need a hammer anyway for AD. Let's get it. Nice BGS.
That's a great find early on.
On the other side, Forest Temple time for Braaks. It's a medallion dungeon, it's got a lot of checks, but it's also Forest Temple.
We got a sub 40-minute rush ice, and so we unfortunately get a sub-hour Forest Temple. It's the yin and the yang of OoTR.
Yep. Purple Rupee link to Goron. Goron City might be foolish, but you do still need to blow him up to get access to Crater from this side. And with a hammer, the Metagoron hint's actually quite quick to get to. And Kokiri Forest is past to Twin Rova. I believe that hookshot would be it. Thank you. Really helpful. Really, really helpful. What the hells will go back there now that he has that hidden, because he hasn't gotten that hookshot. But for us, from our perspective, it's not the greatest thing. It's What the Hell's Happened is the full name. We call him What the Hells because What the Hell's Happened is a bit long, and WTHH is a bit too much of a mouthful as well. Some sequences of letters are okay to read off. WTHH is a bit much, though.
We are allowed to actually use his real name here, though, which is nice. We can actually say what the hell's happened and not like what the heck's happened.
Some people have chosen to use variations for these dead, but I usually just call him What the Hells. So here, Ferora's Wind is a good find there in the DMC Grotto, although we don't have magic yet to use it.
Ferora's is never not useful if you can find it. It's probably the best spell in the game.
Mm-hmm. Sick upgrade, why not? On the EMT Fairy. Wasteland is still foolish. I think we actually have all of our hints now, so we can just start ignoring hints to this restream because we know all 5 paths, all 3 foolishes, all of the always hints, and all of the sometimes hints.
So at least the hints today have been pretty bad, but at least we know them all. There's no horribly placed ones.
Mm-hmm. This is Hookshot here for What the Hells. He's heading for that Kokiri path now. Vigoron has been hinted. He is dead. That hint was an SFM. We have a very, very extensive set of a very extensive notes sheet with all the hints on it internally. Hookshot is on the Kokiri Storm Sparrow. It's path to Morpha. Who's winning? Too early to say, honestly. Hammer's a solidarily fine for What the Hells, but Braaks has already gotten the bow out of ice and is going forest. So, we don't know.
Yep.
It's very rare for us to have an idea who's ahead if only 50 minutes into an OoTR race, considering that these races usually go 2.5 to 3 hours. Yeah, we're a bomb bag from doing AD. We don't need a letter for AD, but we do need a letter for the medallions generally.
Here's the chickens behind. Yeah, shouldn't have done those chickens.
So the Yoshizor, they're in chat. And everyone else in chat as well. Hope you're all enjoying this mess. Frogs 2 is still dead, and let's see what this is. Oh hey, long shot!
Long shot. Alright.
Sure.
Like buses, you wait ages and then 2 come along at once.
Yeah.
It's handy, they're located right next to each other.
Yep. And now this is going to be a nice play for What the Hells. Went from no hookshots to 2 hookshots in the span of about 2.
less than a minute, I think. It's very
Might
fast.
be, yeah. Rush Skull Mask is genuinely looking like a not completely stupid idea. Genuinely, we have Song of Time, we have a bow, we have strength, we have ZL, we have Longshot, we know where Iron Boots are. It's actually a decent idea. It's a really silly sentence, but it is. Yes, Riley. Longshot was in Lost Bomb Grotto. We've got a big chest on the forest floor, Master. There's light arrows.
Okay, so no light arrow hunt today. We'll be getting that on our way.
Nope. Skull Mask is Iron Boots. The hint was in Colossus and in the open Grotto field. The bottle is Kokiri Sword Chest, which is a good reminder. Yeah, never mind. You know, that reminds me that the bottle might also be Path of Twinrova in Kokiri Forest, now that I think about it. Unlikely, actually, because we know Rudo's letter has to be accessible fairly early for that bow, so it's a bit... Yeah, that's where it was, is Kokiri Sword Chest. Yeah, seemed straightforward for now, but the issue when we have all of our path hints resolved within an hour is we have no guidance on where the rest of the things are.
Yeah, it's the classic double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to get some early guidance, but then in the late game, as we look for things like that hammer, or like that mirror shield, is probably going to be the biggest sticking point. Hover boots are going to probably be someplace silly too, and we're missing dins. No, those things do not have to be early in logic. In fact, they might be really buried. And there are no hints for those things.
Yeah, potentially some horrific places unhinted that a lot of items could be.
Lights our forest floor master.
No, we haven't seen magic yet, or any. I don't think there's been any hint for magic either.
No, we have no guidance on bombs either. King Zonka was not one of our path hints, and there's nothing that really is bomb locked right now, honestly, because the hammer showed up. It just exists. No, this is a baseball special. Will this be a fastball or a curveball? We're going to find out.
Based off of baseball's history of some of the seeds that I've seen of theirs, they like to mix up with a curveball and a changeup.
Well, I wouldn't call an AD seed a curveball necessarily, especially with early hammer for Stone Fire, and Stone DC is just good old Stone DC. I don't really call that a curveball, especially because they got hit the hint super early. That's fine. My knowledge of baseball is also really quite bad, but I do know what curveball makes. What would a home run be, actually, in OoTR?
It'd probably be like God rooting your way to like an NA weekly or something and winning by 45 minutes.
That would probably be a home run, yes. Also, wow, my punctuation really sucks on the hint command today. I'm not sure why, but that's getting fixed because that's bugging me. Homer would be finding hookshot, longshot, hammer, and bow in Midas' house. Love.
That would be like the what's the one when it's the home run, but it's everybody scores. Can't remember what it's called.
Zone mask.
Grand Slam. That's it. Baseball.
That's it. Yeah.
Is it or isn't it baseball?
Yeah, that is baseball. No, AD is not dead. It is very much required. Nocturne or spawning on top of the pad are the only legal ways to get up there in standard. You cannot hookshot the fence, and hookshot jumps are banned, as are any and all other forms of getting up there, because this is a mostly glitchless rule set.
Although they are fun to watch, all the different entry methods that are out there.
They are.
So Braaks is finally beginning to get towards the end of forest at last.
Mm-hmm.
I have to imagine probably what the hells would be entering a forest around about the same time as Braaks is leaving, possibly.
Mm-hmm. You know, one of the I have most of my seeds do tend to be fairly terrible, but I have run. I did once roll a seed where everybody were all but one person sub 130, and the fastest time was a 112 for seed gaming live settings. Just everything was early, and 112 first finish time. To be fair, speed gaming live settings require one less dungeon reward than the usual 6 medallion bridge. SGL does 3 stone bridge and against Castle Balsky in the later cutscene, but still
very
an hour 12 was absolutely stupid.
It makes sense though that like the purveyor and creator of some of the most horrific seeds in existence also has one of the shortest and fastest seeds in existence. It just works.
But yeah, what the hell's getting into forest as Braaks is finishing it up. Let's do some shoutouts. Happy 1 hour, everyone. Shoutouts to our runners. Shoutouts to our runners. What the hell's happened in Braaks? To my co-com, Ginger Sunny. To our trackers, K-Sinja and Diesler. And thanks a great deal to Baseball, who's doing a lot of work today. This is their 3rd race of the day as a race monitor. Thank you for all your work, everyone. And if you want to join the volunteer team yourself as a commentator, tracker, please go check out our sign-up form.
Thanks very much to Sir Star for joining me today.
Indeed.
And restreaming as well, I believe. So
I am indeed a restreamer. Now that my internet is stabilized, it's actually holding up pretty well. And yes, if you guys aren't bored, if Top 64 isn't keeping you busy enough, the Challenge Cup is always looking for new volunteers too, if you want to join on in. Because they've got a lot of races going on.
It's the time of year when there's just races all the time.
Yeah.
It's like the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Olympics. It gives the same feel. It's all the events all starting at the same time. Excitement.
Mm-hmm. Like for Challenge Cup, there are a total of 96 group matches just for groups. Never mind minimum, not counting tiebreakers, and never mind brackets.
And yeah, I'm certain there'll be at least 1 or 2 tiebreakers with the level of quality in the field.
Oh, there always are. I think we had 3 last year. But yeah, I posted a Discord link to TSG in the text channel if people want to go join that for more volunteering. There's no such thing as too many volunteers.
That is
They approved
definitely
a
true.
huge group of volunteers just yesterday for various rules in the TSG Discord. I know that you are now one of our newest race monitors.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna do one next week, and hopefully it'll go well. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, you pick up little things just as a volunteer over time. That's Forest done for Braaks. It had light arrows, and that was about it.
And none of our dungeons are really paying out particularly today. So
No, they're really not.
whether that just means that everything's in stone fire.
Probably. Hammer is not in the Lost Woods Grotto. The Lost Woods Grotto is heavy long shot. Hammer is in the DMT Storms Grotto. This should be Storms Hammer incoming for Braaks. Also, yeah, I would expect a DC play. Yeah, I think at the rate we're going, our next item to find is likely Bomb Bag. What are your thoughts on its location right now, Ginger?
It's not there, which is where I was kind of hoping it was. We know it's not
We
close,
saw that earlier.
obviously. What the hell's DC already?
He did. The front of it had nothing I bothered writing down.
Yeah, I don't think it had anything.
Shoot the Sun is very possible for bombs. Water Temple has a solid shot of being bombs. Like, we have everything but bombs for Water Temple, and bombs are only hard required for one thing in there.
That's right. Yeah, the crack wall. Yeah, I think water's a good shout actually, or Lake Hylia.
Water Spirit is quite accessible. We have ranged weapons for both ages, ZL, Longshot. Yeah. Although they will get a bomb lock out of Spirit eventually, since there are some bomb lock checks near the top. We know Rudo's letter has to be available somewhere, so Jabu might have it.
That would be amusing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd enjoy that.
Fire Temple, depending on how the key layout is, might have it. And we do know it's not in DC, but it can be almost anywhere else. We have GTG access, we have well access. Yeah. We actually have a lot of... We actually have, as far as general early game stuff you want to see to get access to areas, we have everything but bombs for early game items.
That's right, yeah. It's lots of places sort of open, but nowhere fully open, so you don't really know which one to commit to.
Longshot is the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. I also am not sure when Braaks is getting that. The GTG does seem like a decent play next for both runners. I might go Spirit first since it's a medallion, go see what you can get out of there, and then reverse from there to GTG, but yeah. Bombs cannot be on King Dodongo, you need bombs to get to King Dodongo.
Yep. Or at least, if they are in King Dodongo, it's not ones that we can access.
Because you do need actual explosives, not a hammer and not a strength upgrade to blow up the eyes of a skull. I also don't think hammering the floor with King Dodongo is in logic, but I might be wrong on that front since it doesn't ever really come up.
Yeah, it's not something that you ever see, so I don't. I don't know if anyone's ever actually tried it.
It
Never had
might
to
be
be
logically
adjudicated on.
relevant in the dungeon shortcut setting, but I haven't looked too closely at that logic in a while. They can buy Choose in the Desert, yes, but bomb chews are not in logic in these settings, so that is not considered. I don't remember what the hell's... Yeah, what the hell's didn't do the DC bridge? I don't remember if he peaked it.
I'm gonna imagine he peaked it, because I know that you can peak it, and it's not too hard to peak. Because he was right there. I think he would have gone for it if he'd have.
Oh, apparently he didn't have hammer. He didn't peak. Right, thanks, chat.
Oh, of course. Yeah, if he hasn't got the hammer, then yeah, it's not. He's not gonna know.
Big chest in the Rita Grotto. Giving us...
Oh,
hey, there's a bomb bag.
Hey.
Straight back to DC, I guess, for Braaks. After doing a couple checks here in CAC, but that's... nice game, nice. And there's Greg on 10 skulls, and that's it for skulls, because 20 through 50 are all useless.
This is one of the rare S5 no skulls required seeds.
Yep. It seriously seems to be a trend in both Season 5 Top 64 and the Challenge Cup that this game just Randobot keeps giving us skull seeds, AD seeds, or both. We got AD, but not skulls, but lots of runners have been less and have not been so fortunate.
Tries tinkering in the background of Randobot just to make it that extra bit spicy for everyone.
Yes, this is AD since Nocturne is on the Ocarina of Time, and their adult spawn was not on top of the Nocturne pad.
Nope. I'm gonna get our first look at Fire Temple. No,
neither of them have Pierre sets. Neither of them have been to Adult Lake.
Yep. Almost done with Forest for the rest of the seed.
Mm-hmm. Good question. Magic could, again, be just about anywhere. BGS is in the DMT wall. Nope, this is our first time seeing Fire Temple.
What the hell's been kind of following in Braaks' footsteps at the moment? I wonder if he'll also think of going to Fire after Forest.
Yep. Sorry, I forgot to update the path command, but yeah. Yeah, so the thing, magic can be just made anywhere, but as per something I mentioned a while ago, I strongly suspect that with that Shadow Fruition, that one of Magic Dins or Hovers is very late. Because if Shadow's locked behind everything in the game, logically, it's not going to have anything of interest in there. It does love to do that. Give you a foolish hint for the last dungeon in Logic, and it's like, okay, game, thanks. I already have everything anyway. Really needed that hint. There's the boss key, quite early. Jeez. Yeah, Shadow doesn't have to be the last dungeon in Logic, but the game does love to do it to us, where it gives us a dungeon foolish as the last dungeon in Logic, so you just kind of roll your eyes at it.
Yep, that's the one it just happened to pick out of all the ones, the least useful.
And that's Big Chest. Nice strength 3. Oh.
Strength 3.
Okay. That is not strength locked at all. Strength 3, path to Bongo? Because we have a lake path to Bongo, and the only thing we've seen in there is a strength upgrade on Child Fishing. That's true. We don't think this OGC Fairy is foolish. I forgot that. So there's going to be something in Adult Lake. Lovely. Well, okay. Thanks, game. Yeah. OGC is not foolish, but we got a hint of the check instead. Thank you. I completely forgot about it. Well, thank you. So, something is behind Adult Lake. It is mostly accessible, besides Lab Dive for the moment. But we do have Shoot the Sun, Adult Fishing, and Lab Roof readily accessible, and Lab Dive is out of logic until we get a gold scale. There is not a strength recheck in GTG, it only requires Silver Gauntlets. Heart Temple is hovers locked because Vajia locks further progression in the dungeon, and you cannot get up to the top where you would normally hammer a pillar down to the bottom. There is a pretty easy glitchless jump to just get there. You can see that Braaks did so, but logically the game requires hoppers to get across if you can't get to the pillar.
It's getting a bit monkeress. I don't know if they picked up a fairy.
He has a fairy.
Then it'll be fine.
Although the fly cycle's not great, as we see Spirit Time for What the Hells.
Yeah, this is a good bit, as now that the seed's open, we should see a bit more variety in where they go.
Mm-hmm. Two early keys in Adult Spirit, okay.
Spirit definitely wants us to carry on.
Yeah, Spirit makes sense. It is progression and a medallion, so what? It was a medallion, so you might as well check it out. And yes, Cemetery, this is AD. We have Nocturne on all dungeons, and their adult spawn was in Talon's house.
What the hell? Still looking for explosives. Hoping to find some bomb chews, I imagine, in base chests. It's definitely got enough hearts. Still explosive less.
Yep. Critter Fairy giving us a purple rupee. You know, I'm starting to seriously wonder if we're going to be required to plant the bean in Crater to get that boomerang.
At this point, like, logically, I can definitely see it. With no sign whatsoever of any kind of hover boots or any hint where they might be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, planting the bean wouldn't be bad. It's just a bit extra to do as child whenever they next go back. Here's for Braaks. And child climb is a key, and that's it for what the hell has. Nice game, thanks.
Great location. Oh hey,
Really
right
helpful.
Right here's the path.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Adult Lake time. In the meantime, though, this is new. Giving us fire arrows are vanilla. Okay, Gabe, okay. Sure.
Vanilla fire arrows. Love it.
Okay, that exists.
There's Braaks getting their stick upgrade.
We do not know what the Composer Grave chest is, no. Although we still need magic to be able to use those fire arrows.
Yeah, we've got the most useful spell for auras as well, and we still can't do anything with it.
Yeah, oh wait, no, yeah, what else did Flame Storage and Composer Grave? I am a scatterbrained. It's dead. But Wasteland is a thing. Spirit might honestly be fire locked out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Depending on whether or not there's a key on child side, more or less, I think, is one of the bigger sticking points right now. Saria's song, as we get adult fishing, is a Deku shield. Saria's song is on Burning Hack, yes. Where was Prelude? Because I apparently forgot to write that down. Oh, yeah, Ice Cavern, never mind. Braaks 2 is dead.
I mean, yes, Slowpoke is a gamer. We are kind of running out of places if it's not here. It's Lab Dive.
It's Lab Dive or Fire Arrows?
Yeah, fire arrows is not greatest either.
No. Well, it's definitely not that heart piece. Gold scale not necessarily logically required. It could just be those fire arrows. As mentioned, Shadow Foolish can indicate that everything for Shadow is just really stupidly deep in logic. Din's might be really stupidly deep in logic. Those hover boots are also evil. Those two things, well, magic needs to turn up someplace in order to use those fires, but Dins and hovers both could be pretty late. What the Hells did not pick it up because hasn't actually picked up those fire arrows. He chose to leave them behind. He played Serenade 2 and then checked this Shoot the Sun then, but he did not have. He hadn't yet activated Peer as a dull, and he doesn't feel like hiking back just for Shoot the Sun fire arrows when he can't use them. He'll get those later. Longshot is the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto, Foster.
Looks like Braaks is about to do the exact same thing as What the Hells has done, and found out that there's going to need a gold scale at least, or iron boots, probably.
Well, speaking of gold scale or irons, time for the Tectite Grotto. Yeah, imagine Nocturne being an OT, Shadow probably being last logical, and Nocturne is still the last for the first Shadow prereq we're getting. I mean, it might be the way we're going. Because Nocturne is actually almost in logic. Well, Nocturne won't logically be the first thing for Shadow because fire is hover boots locked. Big Pose, we don't know. Oh no, Big Pose was hinted dead. I need to remember to read my own sheet more. I made it, after all. I should actually use it. Anyhow. Yeah, Braaks can get Nocturne right now. I don't know when What the Hells is going to get his bomb bag. But Braaks also just doesn't need to get Nocturne. Shadow is foolish and he is nothing for Shadow Temple. Braaks will just get Nocturne whenever he goes Child Next for whatever it is he goes Child Next to do. Or sometimes since our OGC frogs won 20 skulls, Big Pose in the Colossus' right hand, all of which are dead.
What the Hell's still not finding where's Bomb Shoes that it's looking for. Lets opponent know about it.
Yeah, What the Hells it can just buy bomb shoes. I'm not too worried about those explosives for him. We have not seen the well. We have not seen Child Spirit. We haven't seen GTG yet. Those seem to be our main look. We have not seen Deeper Fire. We have not seen Water Temple, which does have up to 4 items available. Actually, no, Water is full clearable in logic. What am I talking about? We're fine there. We know where Water Access is, so it's on Skull Mask.
In fact,
and yeah, speaking of,
perfect timing.
This is a trip for Choose. What the hell's this side?
He tried everything he could to get out of having to come here for the Choose, but
It's not that bad. Makes sense too, and he wants to get this before going Fire as well, since Fire likes to be bomb locked. Read a Kratos Cemetery.
Is he splashing out and getting 2? Yes, he is.
I mean, he has the money. Why not?
Yeah, you've got so much money. If the seed's just going to give you 2 wallets, then make most of it.
Mm-hmm. Might as well go GT though. It's not like it's a bad idea. You're still looking for quite a few items. There might be a bomb back in here.
And with CSMC, GTG, you can get a lot of information a lot faster than you were able to before. With peeking through the maze and such like.
Yep. Braaks also going in that direction, so we're going to be seeing both of them do GTG at about the same time. Like, sure, right now you can go Child, plant the bean for the rank, get irons from Skull Kid, and do the well, but there's also just stuff to do as adult. Like, Boomerang is pretty much useless until we get Letter. Water only has 4 checks, it's not the biggest priority. And well is, well, it's useful, but like, if you have stuff as adult, you're fine to put it off for now. Very nice, 1740.
So we're going to say 1740. It's about average for what the hell's. Is very good at the shooting games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's very good at all areas of the game.
Rock's death warping because he didn't do this as a child, so checking this now as an adult.
The death warp and accidentally rebounding a shot with your shield is when you're trying to death warp.
GTG fully in logic. We have Strength 2 Hookshot Bow. We know where irons are. We have Song of Time. I mean, the issue with their progression is Water's blah. Spirit. What the hell's already tried it, got fire locked out, and they also just don't have a mirror shield. They can't get into Jabu, they can't get into Shadow, they might as well go for density. It makes a lot of sense. There is a lot of stuff in GTG. There's 13 items here, HBA is 2 more, and Fortress Check Roof makes 16. Hamrock 17, in fact.
And like you say, you've got literally everything that you need. Why not? It's what I would do in their position.
Mm-hmm. Like, normally I'd actually keep track of where we find the GTG keys, but because we have everything, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can do it in whatever order we please, and it make no difference really.
Yep.
Add some more cheese.
Hey, why not?
Buy 20 chews, get 10 free. That's a kind of deal I can get behind.
Yeah, it's funny because what the hell's went out of his way to go buy 2 packs of chews, but hey, with that 10 pack, he never needs to buy more explosives. 30 is enough for him to beat the seed with.
Bomb bags are overrated.
They
Just
are,
need wallets.
honestly.
Wallets and shoes, and you're fine.
Yep, because he needs 2 in DC to blow up the eyes. He can use Hammer on the floor above King Dodongo and Strength 4 KD. 2 for DC, 1 for Shadow, 1 for Spirit, and then whatever the heck he wants with the rest. He is quite fine with 30 choose. He even has some to spare for Volvagia, especially with the BGS.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and even with using them all liberally, he'll still probably have like 8 left at the end, if not more.
Yep, center chest is dead. I think the hidden ceiling chest was nothing super interesting, but yeah. Brandon, a whole fire temple is really not much. The boss key was in the lava room and you got Volvagia locked out. A whole fire temple is all of like 3 or 4 minutes. I do not call that much of a difference. It's not even half a fire temple, it's
It's the whole
quarter?
entrance of Fire Temple.
Yeah, and he's also done spirit checks to keep in mind too, yeah, so and what Braaks needs to find Longshot, I think they're pretty even right now. Oh hey, there's where letter 1 off to. Then the mirror shield.
Mirror shield.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, both required.
Longshot is the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. I am not actually sure when Braaks is getting back there, because he's done the other checks in the area.
I guess hopefully he'll do it when he turns in Skull Mask, but that's not going to be any time soon.
No. Yeah, DC is really quick. Just blow up the eyes from below, head for the back. It's like 2 minutes. Plus the travel time to get there is like maybe 3 minutes total. First. Yeah, it'll take some time to do it, but then again, Braaks has to go hike for Longshot and just some spirit checks behind. Like, it's close. And in fact, what the hell's is off to Fire Temple in DC, I assume now. Makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything interesting in the maze.
Yep.
But GTG is definitely the play.
Oh, for sure. Spirit's gonna be on the list to do at some point soon as well. Now we're really just down to the Shadow Kits. Gotta love when we get the Foolish hint, because that's just the last dungeon in Logic.
Just by default, it gets a hint. It's like, it's not very useful.
No. The hints do try to give you a dungeon Foolish, but oftentimes it just ends up picking the dungeon that's last in Logic, because it won't have much of anything when it's locked behind every other dungeon in the game.
Yeah. And yeah, segue, he saved up all that money. He had 500. I mean, it's just like, oh yeah, he's got his trust fund come through. And it's like, oh yeah, because he's bought Blue Fire already with Seed as well, hasn't he? He really is splashing out. It's like, I've got all this money, I'm going to buy the most expensive luxury items that I can get.
Oh goodness, hovers and toilet might be a possibility. I have no idea where the key layout is in GTG. CSMC really screws with things.
Because at least before, like, you knew that they'd be opening chests and you could just mark the chests as you go, but now it's sort of like they have a glimpse, and then if you haven't counted the keys right, it's a lot harder to to remember what's actually there. I can see that.
Mhm.
It looks like Braaks is going to go back to child.
Alright, Nocturne time for Braaks. I really don't know about long shot at the rate we're going. And that's DC down for what the hells? Hopefully the Rex gets long shot on the way to Irons. I think it's a good thing, honestly, for Rox that they haven't found Gold Scale, because that'll send him there. Because that's a Skull Mask purchase here, and what the hell's this doing? Some Atlas Shooting Gallery here.
Gonna hope that his aim's a bit better than it was on the child shooting gallery. Almost missed out there, but this looks a bit better. We get a look at Bombchu bowling, and nothing.
Nope. Implanting for Braaks. I'm not sure how this has been their first good opportunity to go back child since their first one adult, really. And now they got their letter in adult 1, and now they have to go back child as what Hus gets his bomb bag. Because they have to go back adult to get their boomerang for coming back child. If you go do job with, that's a little bit of a troll.
It's a lot of age changes. Even with Prelude, it's still something you want to try and be efficient with when you do have to do your child switch. So, good play to come out to Colossus and just get this out of the way.
Yep.
Check Child Spirit as well, presumably, while you're here.
Mm-hmm. Half surprised that what I was gonna say. I'm a little surprised that What the Hells didn't beat Fire before going child, but he knows he's gonna have to do a pair of age changes anyway to get his rank to come back child, so he can just get Nocturne at that point. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you're right. It works out about the same.
What the Hells has not done Child Spirit. The Shadow's foolish. It really doesn't make much of a difference if What the Hells does gets Nocturne this cycle or next. It's about the same.
Yeah, it's something you know you have to do, but it's not something you have to do straight away. So. Pogch map. And doesn't look like there's anything in Child Spirit.
Nope. Confirming that Spirit is, well, not confirmed, but increasing the chances that Spirit is firelocked. There were 3 early keys so that were all in logic, so the 4th and 5th keys could be higher, but yeah. But yeah, no, I think I'm losing track slightly. No, but yeah, I think there's a key firelocked in Spirit. I really hope this is long-shotting coming for Braaks. Yeah, Goron Tunic on bowling, not some range.
Yep, so that's definitely not a long shot.
Yeah, we need magic hovers Dins. We know that Dins is fire arrows locked, or otherwise there's gotta be something on Lap Dive, but then that begs the question where Gold Scale is. Since Lake Hylia's path to Bago, and the only thing that's currently there is a set of vanilla fire arrows. Which is fun. OGC is hinted dead, TJ. We've seen all 3 strengths, but it's not OGC. I also forgot, to be fair, and had to have someone point it out.
This is going to be a big point of this race. And it looks like they're going to warp out.
Oh, that is not a long shot pickup, unfortunately.
Nope, and that's an age change as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the long shot as either age, but that's the closest Braaks has gotten to that long shot since he got explosives, and that's kind of an ouch, because that was probably the best. It's the best sense he's had so far to get it. Yeah, it's really orphan now that he's done cleaned up Child Lost Woods.
That's gonna feel bad if he doesn't get back there anytime soon. But
yeah, like he's in a good spot right now. But that could come back to bite as he gets his rang and what the hell has gotten his irons. And yeah, no, you're going to go to Jabuz by way of Lake. You don't go from Kokiri or Minuet. It's certainly not over, but it's not a great sign of how things are going. Boomerang is on the Volcano Valley. It's the path to Baronaden Crater. And also Braaks literally just getting like on 30 seconds ago.
Brandon Sedge still calling well as the key.
Lab dive without scale is allowed, it's just not in logic.
Yeah, the long shot was in Lost Woods Grow and was literally right there when he did Skull Mask. One check away and would have the long shot right now, but unfortunately not.
Yeah. No, the Hells is already in a pretty good position with Braaks compared to Braaks. He's already catching up because Braaks is just doing stuff what the Hells has already done, and Braaks doesn't have any more equipment than what the Hells did. On the fire, still no magic meter.
Yeah, still lots missing that we really need. But I would say that after being sort of following in footsteps, once things started opening up, things have started breaking in what the hell's favour a little bit. That's a good one, Scout Town. I like that pun.
Yeah, for now the long shot's more or less the difference. Unfortunately, it's the long shot that's the difference.
Yeah,
I
pretty
don't know when.
important.
Braaks, can in fact beat Twin Robot, yes. Those have a way to get to there, yep. No reason you can't. String 3 was the right about here for what the hell's actually. I forgot that what the hell's didn't have nourish when he came into Spirit earlier, so that's why he built that after the main room, but yeah, Braaks can actually finish this. And no should and no explosives. What the hell's in use here? Left invisible is a key, right invisible is a hurt piece. Nice jump for what the hell's. No, Braaks did not get long shot when he went to get irons, which makes me worried that he's just forgotten about the check.
Mm-hmm.
And it's we've both seen it where a runner, for any number of reasons, just they end up leaving a check behind it when they first go through an area because they didn't have the items for it, and then just forget about it when they come back later. That's an ouch of a troll for what else I think there.
Yeah, I don't think Troll Rover's playing very nice.
Yeah, it's not like it's understandable for Braaks. Like he did the rest of losses a good while ago, and he probably just assumed he did it already at some point as either age. But it's still unfortunate.
It's so easy to do. And, I've seen runners of every level do it. It's no one's immune from it.
Yeah, we've all been there, and that's just how rando goes sometimes.
Yep.
Doesn't make it feel any less bad, though. A very nice one cycle on Volvagia for what the hells, even with the troll hole. BGS definitely helping with that. And that's a big chest. Giving us... Okay, there's hover boots.
Okay, there's hover boots. Alright. If only they'd got that long shot, they'd be in incredible position right now. It's so... it feels so bad for them.
It does. So that is fire locked, for what little that's worth. Din's in deep fire? I believe there is one fire locked key in Spirit. Longshot isn't a Lost Woods bomb grotto. Yeah, either if fire arrows are a path to Bongo, then they have to lock Dins. And fire arrows presently lock a grand sum of one thing, and that's hover boots. It could also be Saria's song on Burning Cag for Skull Kid. It could be Lab Dive, but that begs the question where Gold Scale is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not too many options there. Lab Dive, I'm thinking less and less. As potential. Which means it probably is. Because that's how it always goes.
Mm-hmm.
Gold Scale on Twin Rover? Yeah, that could explain it.
Because something has to be past the Bongo and Lake, we just haven't quite figured out what it is yet. What the hell's hot on Braaks' heels here in Adult Spirit, having already done much of it?
Braaks not getting a nice pattern there with Twin Rover.
Well, Braaks... here's the thing, Sliasar. Burning Cack being Sarias won't help Braaks because you need Longshot to get Sarias.
Yeah, a little bit of a bottleneck in that respect.
It's just a little problem there, yeah. And yeah, we're Magic and Dins from Go mode. Nope, Burning Cack is Forest, Fire, and Water medallions. Well, if Magic is on Twin River, that's double Magic, because Farah is guaranteed Fire Lock today. No, bottom of the well is not required. We have a large number of tricks turned on so that the lens is only logically required for the lens minigame and the wasteland. Everything else can be done without. Nice quick decent twin Rova fight there for Braaks. Pretty quick second phase at least.
Yeah, first phase was a bit
too bad.
But,
Okay, let's go show, yeah. Was it a bit more at chat at the time? Yeah, what the hell is right behind him, though? And Twin Rova has just a red rupee, alright. They might find Dins before magic, but I'm still kind of concerned about what that lake path is.
Yeah, it's that lake one that's really, really at the back of my head saying there's got to be something really important there.
Something's weird about that path hint. I'm not sure what the weird thing is, but something is.
And even if it isn't, it's weird enough that it's just for fire arrows. If it is just for fire arrows, so it's pretty sus either way.
Yeah, this is a Jabu play for Braaks.
This time it actually is going to go Jabu instead of just a hard avoid via long shot like it did last time. Or it could be well.
You'll likely also do well while in this child cycle. In the meantime, though, happy 2 hours, everyone! Give our runners a follow. What the hell's happened in Braaks? Shoutouts to my co-com Ginger Sunny, our trackers K-Sinja and Diesler, our race monitor Baseball, and also our French restreamers. Arthur Udini and Ryukan are doing a French restream on Arthur's channel, so thank you to them as well. And yes, number 6 means that they were ranked 6th in qualifiers.
Huge shout outs as well to my co-com today, Star, also for restreaming at the same time, and surviving some temperamental internet at the beginning, but it's
yeah.
But it's all worth it.
Yeah, good old turn it off and on again. I honestly should have done that earlier. I'm not sure why it took me 20 minutes to think of it, but hey, it works. I've had literally no issues since I turned it off and on again, by the way. It's because, of course.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, that's how it works. It's technology.
It wasn't even me resetting the router or anything. I just turned Wi-Fi off on my laptop and turned it back on and reconnected, and there went. Alright, let's see. Does Jabu have anything in it? Who's leading? I would say what the hell's until Braaks gets that long shot, honestly. Because that long shot is quite badly isolated now.
Yeah, I can put it off as keep putting it off and keep doing these different dungeons, but eventually gonna get to that point when gonna have to casino it, and isn't gonna feel happy about it when he realizes where it is.
Yeah, he has the one for the Kokiri Storms Grotto. The one he's missing is the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto, which he did not have explosives his first couple trips through Lost Woods, and he chose to not get it when he was there for Skull Mask, which makes us think he forgot about it because Skull Mask was his best chance to route it in.
And he did get the bum bag really early as well in the seed, so it's more than likely he just assumed that he might already have done it. And if that is the case, that's really bad, because he's not going to remember to do it for a while, unless he big brains it.
Yeah. We're Dins and Magic from Go, yes. We still don't one of the something or another is being pointed at as far as our Lake Hylia path to Bongo hint. Either it's lab dive or shoot the sun fire arrows are path to Bongo for what appears to be a set of hover boots on the Spirit Boss key chest, and the only thing that currently locks is the rest of Fire Temple. Which concerns me.
Something smells fishy, for sure. It's all that information we had early on, and now it's just guessing, and it's getting a bit monkeresque.
Just a bit, yes. Braaks' first tuck shot is from Kokiri Storm's Grotto. I think he's done the woods target. Let's see what the hells gets out of the lamp dive. So this confirms what our path is. Yeah, fire arrow entry into Shadow is banned. And not in Logic anyway. And there's Dins. Lovely!
There we go.
Thanks, game. Brilliant spot. Yippee!
So we know there's another scale somewhere. Oh,
and there's magic! Okay, that's no mode for us. In 5 seconds, they use the same seed. Racing different seeds would make no sense. Because different seeds take very different amounts of time. So, for instance, our Season 5 races have ranged anywhere from... Let's see... So our shortest is something like a 2:18. Our longest is well over 3 hours. It would not be fair to have one person race a seed that's a 2:18 and the other person race a 3.5 hour seed. That's not a race. That's hope you get the better seed. Which is not interesting for tournament purposes.
No, or for playing purposes even. Nobody really wants to play that way.
No.
I love how there's a pun flame war going on in chat as well. It's been going on for like the last 5 minutes, just constant puns at each other.
Mm-hmm. So, returning to the baseball discussion from earlier in the seed, now that we know where all of our go mode items are, what kind of baseball did we get today? Or pitch, I suppose.
Yeah, actually, I think kind of a fastball. It's not like a super 100-mile-an-hour fastball, because that would be like a jet and would be done by now. But not like a screwball or whatever some of them called. The really crazy ones.
I wouldn't call it a slow ball. Like, what the hell is gonna be out of water in a few minutes? How long exactly depends. Maybe like a 2:15 latest? Depending on assuming it's not like the literal last check he does, it might be like a 2:15. Shadow would put him around 2:30 after he does Jabu, which is like a 2:40, like maybe a 2:45 finish time or so for what the hells.
Sounds about right.
I'd put him something in the 2:45 range, depending the water boss key location, more or less. Which ain't bad for an AD seed.
Really good for an AD seed, yeah.
None of the item placements were that bad, honestly. The hints, that lake hint ended up being pretty good at the end there. I certainly wouldn't call it a fastball. 2:45 is not a fast seed, but it isn't that much of a curveball either. In fact, there's the boss key. Boot test. Boot target. So yeah, pretty decent water temple.
Yeah, could be looking at a 240 then. Because water temple would usually be the longest if you get bad key locations, that could really drain into your time. But if you
Well, Shadow's going to be like 15 minutes even on CSMC. It's a pretty long slog.
oh yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. There's not really any shortcuts or anything that you can take. You just have to just go through it.
Nope. Sorry, by the way, if you are hearing some extremely loud honkings. Apparently somebody's mad outside. Okay, to be fair, GTG wasn't hinted, but I think you end up going there likely for the sheer density. Things can be vanilla, yes. The odds of that vary, but we had a vanilla fire arrows today. You love how both fire sources were in Lake.
And one of them was a real pain to get to, and the other one was fairly easy. And the one that was a pain to get to was the one that you wanted.
Well, I wouldn't call the vanilla fire arrows super easy to get to either, considering poor Braaks' issues with long shot.
Yeah, true. What the hell's getting a very, very quick kill on Baron? I mean, Morpher.
Sadly, Scout, we already know where magic is. It's in Jabu. Braaks picked it up a couple minutes ago. Yeah, that's how we are estimating that. What the hell is? Because he's finishing off water here at just about 2 hours and 10 minutes. Considering he has to watch an extremely long cutscene and also deal with picking up Nocturne, which adds like a minute or two, I'd probably estimate like somewhere between like a 220, maybe 223 to 225 by the time he gets back adult, and then Shadow is going to be another 15 minutes, and then 5 to 7 minutes for Ganon's Tower. Should be in the 240 to 245 range. Should be about where what the hell's the finish.
Which is really good time for an AD.
Yeah, it is.
And this is back to Temple of Time, so this could be the Jabu play.
I mean, where else is he going but Jabu?
So yeah, it's true. I mean, it has to be in there at this point, as far as he knows, because Shadow's the only other place, and he can't get there yet. So.
Well, from his perspective, it could be the well, but why do the well before required Jabu? How much time does Braaks have to grab Longshot? He does have a little time. He does need to get there ASAP, though. I think.
Yeah, I think he needs to sort of go now, or at least
in the next 5 minutes, maybe. It's not a little more, but he doesn't have a ton of time.
If it
and just the issue
changes, it's over, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the thing too is he has no reason to go back to Lost Woods, especially with Goron City foolish.
Mm-hmm. And if he just thinks it's done it anyway, then it's not even going to cross his mind. You just think, yeah, Lost Woods, it's done.
Yep.
Don't look literally anywhere else.
Indeed. He's been doing well to seed otherwise. If he had gotten Longshot when he was getting irons, he'd be in a great position, but yikes.
For sure, I think he'd still be in the lead. I think he was somewhat in the lead, but that long shot was really... it was right there. If he'd have just got it, then it would have been a very different race. But at the moment, it's going to need to sort of stumble across it in a big brain sort of play to have a chance.
Mm-hmm. This is him getting Nocturne, in case people are wondering. Yeah, because his early game routing was overall just a little bit, I think, more efficient than what the hell's is, and had him in a good spot, but just Longshot ended up being the tripping point, unfortunately.
And sometimes, if you're sort of been that thorough with your checks, you're even less likely to remember. You're more likely to think that you've done it because you've been so thorough. You've done all the checks.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Oh yeah, we never did see Boulder of Destiny, so this is going to be some cleanup. He can do water if he really felt like it without a long shot. It might be an idea at some point. He can do the well. He can. There's firelock checks and spirit. He doesn't have like a ton of checks. He's not playing Nocturne for well, so I assume this is a water play.
Yeah.
Water and lab dive, which would make sense.
Yeah, it definitely wants to avoid the well if it can help it, which
And Braaks does also have all of the fire temple, pretty much all of fire temple left too. I remember just now. So
oh yeah,
if he ends up going down that rabbit hole, he's gonna be there for a while. And he cannot hover to Morpha. Hammer slides are banned, as are bomb hovers. Magic is in Jabu. What the hell's get it in a couple minutes?
Yeah, Brax's problem is he's got lots of options, but they're all horrible options.
Yeah, pretty much. Longshot is the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. Braaks did not get it on his last trip through Child Lost Woods, which was his best chance. He has no reason to go back to the area, and we think he's probably just assumed it's done, and otherwise just forgotten about it. Like it's just written off mentally. Oh yeah, he is going to run Cassidy Spider Sources load. Longshotless water is straight up banned. Like, as in, you cannot beat Morph with that longshot in the standard rule set. That is a fantastic way to get disqualified. And that's what the hell's is good. And there's Braaks getting his dins. And he is playing Nocturne. Well, it's foolish, but you might as well do it just so you can get the progression done with. So we're definitely not seeing anything new for the next little while. And by the time Braaks is done with Shadow Nocturne, what the hell is gonna be getting into Shadow Temple by then?
Yep, gonna be right behind him.
Yeah.
But with massive difference of having that long shot.
Pretty much. Like, this makes sense anyway, just because you need to do it at some point. You might as well do this while you think about what you have left.
That's right, you can kind of autopilot while you think about somewhere obvious that you know you've missed, but you just can't think what it is.
It's not like you can make this any faster either, so you might as well just do it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see how Braaks can come back in this one, unfortunately.
Asymmetry, not much. Dins was on Lap Dive, and Magic was in Jabu. That's about been the only recent news.
Yeah, and Braaks never decided to go back for that long shot, so we're
No,
probably
which
last
is
locationing it.
yeah, it's fair. It's entirely fair from his perspective. It's just ouch. I would not call Jabu takes a hot minute. What the hell's is within about 2 minutes or so of finishing it? Nice ice arrows.
Oh hey, nice arrows. Excellent.
Is it? What the hell's is on Darnay now? Got a very nice box skip, and this will be done quite shortly. We hate to be naysayers generally. We try to keep things positive, but it's not looking the best for Braaks right now.
I mean, yeah, it's just being realistic at this point. I think unless something catastrophic happens, in which case it'll probably be covered by FPA anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He's done it really well too. Like, what the hell's is not a easy opponent to get in round one. He's done very well against the what the hell's been around since season 1, consistently a top performer in many tournaments, winning SGL 2019, SGL 2021, Season 4, the Random Settings League Seasons 1 and 2. What the hell's is quite the track record.
Yeah, there's almost nothing he hasn't won.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
Even
Braaks'
go ahead.
I was just going to say Braaks' only problem was literally that long shot, because in terms of skill and playing, I haven't seen any lack of it. Skill, I think is easily up there. It's just that long shot was a killer, really.
It is. Like, he's been holding up very well against what is one of the most formidable players in the community.
And the good news is it is winner's bracket though, so nobody's going home today. So
yep.
Braaks will get a second shot.
Currently pulling up the brackets to see who will be facing the winner and loser of this match. Winner of this match gets Dylan Meeble. Loser of this gets Alsuna.
Well, it doesn't get any easier.
Yep. Dylan, also a longtime player, Sonia Agena, relatively newer member of the community, who's also done very well. So you get a bomb-locked bomb bag. Thanks, game!
Bomb-locked bomb bag and Baron Shadow. You love to see it.
Confirming that the rated grounding bomb bag was the only one available.
So we're about to be treated to double Shadow, which I'm sure everyone was looking forward to. We had double Forest earlier, so...
Yeah. I will also again want to remind people, since What the Hells is now entering Shadow and is pretty close, within the 20 or so minutes of being done, that this is on a 20-minute delay. Please do not spoil if you are looking at the race time room. I know I'm not. And wait until we finish on restream before saying anything particular. Oh hey, more bomb juice in the pot.
Lots and lots of useless explosives.
Like, this is a really close race. Like, if Braaks went and grabbed Longshot right now after Shadow Temple, for whichever reason, he would be very close to what the hells.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the amount of time difference between the two in Shadow Temple right now is pretty close to how long it takes to beat this Water Temple.
Yeah, Vabosky's in a very fortunate position, so as water temples go, it's about as fast as it's going to get.
Mm-hmm.
All these big chests for Braaks, and none of them are going to have anything good in them.
Yeah, nice bow. No, this is the last race tonight. Both bows and Shadow, in fact. Lovely game. Really needed it. Really gonna get double Shadow on Bongo too, because why not?
Now we get everyone's favourite boat ride as well. We can stand about for 30 seconds.
Yeah, what the hell is gonna save some time by not opening those big chests? Yeah, this is close, but especially considering the Water Temple difference is near equivalent. I think perhaps a bit longer than the difference between the two in Shadow, especially considering the big chests. But Longshot's just so orphan for Braaks.
You could see him taking a minute there to think, if it's not in Shadow, where do I go next?
Mm-hmm. So, Bosky in the back. Thanks, game. Not quite vanilla. Yet another big chest.
Big chest.
Okay, game. Okay. Nice players left. What the hells is up? Yeah, what the hells is in the lead? I think even if for some confusing reason, what Braaks decides to go to Lost Woods Baumgartner the second he gets out of Shadow Temple, this is close. But I'd be really confused if he did.
Yeah, if it just happens to remember the one check that he's completely orphaned, that would be pretty impressive. But
it would.
I think the chances of that are somewhat
not
slim.
great. Oh hey, there's a small key in the back too. Lovely game.
Force you to do all of Shadow Temple just because.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's full of shadow for you. really nice rupee room there for what the hell's. Collecting that rupee on the way down with a jump slash. Killing the readout on the jump slash to get the rupee, nicely done, and is going to find out that Paw is just some bomb shoes as Braaks is off to Bongo. No, this rewards just to get back to this room real quicker because killing all the keys and stuff in this hot room is kind of a pain.
It is a pain.
And there he is. Out he goes. Skipping that big chest you want every second you can get. In a tournament race like this, the littlest things adds up. We have had races that have finished within... There was a Challenge Cup race, actually, that was 5 seconds apart between the two runners.
Yeah, that was... I saw about that finish. It was sort of... they had to go to the actual, like, proper official timers, and on Restream it was, like, almost in sync, because I saw a photo of it. It was pretty close.
Yeah, desynced. Nothing on Bongo. But yeah, I actually, as a Silver Gauntlets organizer, had to go and look at the VODs to review what happened to that to verify that that was their actual finish times and that there wasn't like a slight delay in inputting the done, because that can happen sometimes.
You were the photo finish judge, the one who checks the photo at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Braaks says 6 minutes to find Longshot and beat water, so if he plays Minuet, runs to Longshot right this second, it might be close, but I would be very surprised if he did. Sorry, Bossage. Bossage was the unfortunate recipient of the losing end of the 5 second difference. Gunsling got pulled out the win there by 5 seconds.
That is the snipiest of snipes.
It really is. It's one of the closest finish times, I think, in just OoTR tourney history, more or less. I know that some of the Season 3 finals matches were stupid close too, but 5 seconds is really stupidly close. Yeah, and I think Braaks is going to do all of water here, looking for a French vanilla long shot, which also makes complete and utter sense from his position. It won't help, though. And welcome in, ZeldaSpeedRuns 2 rating for the party of 23. Welcome in to our Majora's Mask Moon Crash ADR Tournament Raiders. Hope that race stream went well, and we've got ourselves the tail end of a restream here for OoTR Season 5. We have What the Hell's Happened is finishing up his final dungeon. It will be done in about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes really. It doesn't take that long to finish Shadow. Around 10 minutes-ish or What the Hell's. Braaks unfortunately has orphaned his Go Mode Longshot in Lost Woods, and at this point he is, I think we're safe to say that by the time he gets out of water it's gonna be too late.
Yeah, his window for going and getting the long shot is long gone now, I think.
I think so. Once he came in here, I think it was gone. Not that it's a bad play from his perspective, it's just not the play for the seed.
But yes, it was an AD, but it's been quite a fast AD, so it's easy to forget that it was even an AD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen non-AD seeds take longer than this.
Yeah, I don't think there was any really sort of particularly nasty or evil item locations. They
Not
really,
really.
if they just got that long shot, we'd be neck and neck. I think it would be really close.
It really would. Because the Bosky is incoming right now for Braaks.
Yep, and they're not going to be able to do anything with it, which feels really
No.
bad.
Yeah, say Braaks had gotten the long shot right now, he would have beaten Morphle just shortly after What the Hell's beat Bongo close. Like if he'd spent the time he went into the Composer grave, if he spent that time going for long shot instead, they'd be pretty even. Very nice little bomb strat there to get around the block. Yes, that is legal before anyone asks.
Yep. That's something that What the Hell's decided not to do. He did the traditional go round with the hook shot route. Cemetery troll.
Oh hey Trez, welcome in. I guess we're getting a ZSR jam chant. I'm a little confused as to what Trez is jamming to, but thanks. Yeah, welcome in, Trez. Things have happened. Hi, Trez, you're in VC. How are you doing?
If you really want to know, I'm jamming to the sound of my own beautiful voice.
Okay, apparently we need to get a ZSR blame Trez chant going. Trash. I love how you popped into VC just to say that.
Too busy laughing still.
Oh, and he's back.
God damn it, Lynn, I just left. You can't instantly summon me right after.
Well, you did, so.
What's going on, Chad?
We're having fun.
Oh, also I see, what the hell has this in the back? Why is it though? Oh, I see.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I just noticed that What the Hell is winning, and I was figuring out why, but I see it.
Yep, Longshot is completely missing for Braaks, and they were really, really close for most of this race, but unfortunately, Braaks has completely forgotten about the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. It's got his Longshot in it, and it's our last location at this point.
Okay, Chad, if you don't stop, I'm gonna make Zisa Blame Tress a Chant 1 emote, and you have to... how's it called? Damn it. A cheer 1 emote, and then you need to cheer 1 bit every time you want to use Zisa Blame Tress.
That's a good idea, that.
I'm gonna be rich in no time. Like 3 weeks. 3 weeks tops, gonna have made my first million.
All those channel points.
Easily.
What are you going to spend them all on, though? So many options. It's exciting.
I'm probably gonna spend it on more emotes of my face.
I don't think anyone can complain.
Alright, enjoy the rest.
Alright, see you, Trez.
Thanks, Trace.
Our lovely admin Tresco, everyone.
Okay, wait, I have a bad idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna release an NFT of my ZSR Blame Tress emote. And then everybody in chat has to buy the NFT before they are allowed to use it in chat.
ZSR getting onto the blockchain. It's for future.
Yep, and then that's part 1 of my master plan. And part 2 is then you will need that NFT to gain access to the stream.
Indeed.
And then part 3 is you're gonna have to pay me 1 Bitcoin to roll a seed on OoTRandomizer.com.
Just paygate the site for one crypto.
And then I'm gonna get sued by Nintendo.
Will they take Bitcoin as payment, do you think?
Good question. Well, I don't know, because Trent just left. Again.
It's like hiding from Nintendo's lawyers.
Probably.
So we're just coming to the end now of the race. Your prediction was pretty much spot on. Somewhere between 240 and 245. Is exactly right.
I've gotten pretty decent at estimating things overall, especially top runners like these tend to be pretty consistent at clear times.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be GG's here for What the Hells. There's a big poop of one dead hand. Thanks, game. And GG's. What the Hells finishing in first place, 241.45.
GG's. Bacon is served.
Trez threatening that everyone will have to go back to 3.0. Oh no.
You heard it here first, chat. There's big plans ahead.
A hit. No, yeah, what the hell's in chat now there? And let's get our runners in for an interview. Hey Braaks, hey what the hell's GG's.
GG's.
Hey, GG's.
Hello, GG's.
And Trez is back. Hi!
So guys, I have something really important to tell you. What the hell, if you win the tournament, your prize is 1/4 of an NFT of my face.
I mean, I don't believe you with prizes now, because the prize for season 4 was having the privilege of racing Trez. So I don't know.
Yeah, we still need to schedule that. Actually, that's true.
Yeah.
You never asked me.
It's your tournament.
Maybe you guys.
I'm
you guys
waiting.
should schedule this right now.
I'm a busy
Sounds like
person.
Trez.
I mean, I'm just waiting by the phone. I'm waiting for your call. And it's never coming. So.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
okay.
you guys can schedule it right now if you really feel like it.
Yeah, put your money where your mouth is. What the hell? No, what was the idea behind it? It wasn't just. Was that me with the spoiler log?
I think
I
it might
have
been.
no idea.
I think that was me with the spoiler log.
Yeah, I legit don't know.
I think, yeah. No logic? What the fuck? No, that's not right. That can't be right. That can't be right. I never would have agreed to doing no logic. I might have said glitched logic. Okay, glitched logic I can get behind, but I never said no logic. Like I already have to do the 100 skulls, health sanity, multi-world with Chimp. That's gonna be terrible enough because 2 hours in he's gonna be in BK mode and wait for me for 10 hours. But no logic. Okay, look.
Good effort, CJ.
Look, we're currently at how many subs?
Good question. Looking. By the way,
We're at 624 subs. At 1,000. We're gonna make it no logic.
okay.
But not before that. Yeah, and don't sub if you don't want cups to get paid.
I think people want to see you play no logic more than they want to avoid cups not being paid.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave you to the interview now. Enjoy.
Okay, then. Thanks, Rez. So, GG's, guys.
Yeah, thanks. That was weird. Weird seed.
Yeah, how about those, well, I think big things were the fire sources and that long shot.
Yeah, I kinda blame myself for forgetting the Bomb and Bell Grotto and the target in the wood. Because my routine was just to do Scale Mask and then do the two checks. And at the end, it was two isolated checks and I gambled them. Yeah, it's kind of bad, but...
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, when I saw it was an old dungeon seed, I was like, old dungeon seed against what the hell? I had to rush my progression.
No, I felt like when I saw that, I was like, okay, I felt a little more confident. But then, like, the more I didn't find explosives, the more I was like, and when I did find the bomb bag, I was like, okay, this could hurt a lot because at that point, you could basically just actually rush progression at that point and just get your stuff. I was walking around trying to buy shoes and do stuff, so I was definitely not feeling too confident as I was like doing Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the Lake Hylia Pasabongo one was fun because so you thought this was a strength upgrade for a good while, and then strength 3 turned up and we're like, and then there's vanilla fire arrows of all things, and it's really, huh?
And
then it just dins. We never saw gold scale.
I got skill, okay. Because after checking the sun, I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
This path? Then I just saw the Inspire in the lab. It was okay. Let's go.
Yeah, I was thinking because there was not much Firelock. Composer Grave was useless, Wasteland was foolish, and we certainly weren't getting into Ganon's castle. The two Firelock checks in Spirits should be 1 key and 1 item, so... And then there was Hover Beats at the top, and it's like, okay, if it's Fire Arrow's path, then what are Hover Boots blocking? Great Fire?
Yeah, so it was like, okay.
Like, that's something, game. Neither of you actually continued in Fire, which worked out pretty well because there was nothing in there. Neil on probably Gold Scale, I think, had a pretty good shot of being up there.
Yeah, I guess we couldn't, right? We needed the key from Volvagia. So.
Yeah,
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do the well? Bottom of the well?
No, I was gonna do it after Jabu, and then I got magic and Jabu. So.
Yeah, I think I should have tried to skip it. Cause I could skip it for 2 hours and a half. But it was, yeah, the array was too good to to skip it.
I almost did it like when I was preparing the skull mask, like when I went to show the Keaton mask. But at that point, I could beat fire, spirit, and then getting the iron boots, water, and Rudo's letter. So I thought, okay, I'll just wait a bit here.
Yeah, same.
And plus the lake path was still kind of sketchy. So I was like, yeah, I'll just keep going here, and then after Jabu, I'll do the well. But then magic was just there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the seed was relatively straightforward, like in the early game. A lot of early items. Your path hints were a bit of an eye roll for some of them. I think the domain Demorpha hint was pretty good to get you that Kokiri sword, because domains otherwise are kind of out of the way, so that you get you your Kokiri sword, which got you Storms going at Dill, which got you your hammer and your hookshot, and that chained into everything else, which was pretty nice.
Yeah, that was such a long early chain. Like, we've only been playing for like 30 minutes, and you have this crazy chain already.
Yeah, the Goron City Foolish was fun too for routing.
Yeah.
And just general, just kind of going all over the place. Chat wants you guys to talk about asking about your thoughts about how the two hookshots were like right next to each other. One in Lost Woods Bomb Grotto, the other in this Storm Grotto of Kokiri.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was not expecting that. All of a sudden, once you got Storms and Hammer, every grotto had a big chest.
Shadow Temple Fest too. There was like a load of big chests and full of shadow.
Yeah, what the hell was that? Like, I'm super intrigued to see what was in there. There's all the bomb bags and the bows. Like,
there were bows, a bomb bag, Neighbor's Love, ice. I think ice arrows were in there. I think this was a whole bunch of nonsense in it. There was a bottle in there.
It was so tempting to open them.
Right?
Yeah, I opened them all actually.
So let's go.
Because I forgot for quite a while that Shadow was Baron.
Oh yeah.
But at some point after the well, I think will have go for King Zora for finding my my other hookshot with this path for Morpha for the domain.
Yeah, I was scared of that with the Deku being empty, but then I realized, okay, probably it's gonna end up being a song, and it was Storms.
Yeah.
But I was like planning with the blue fire. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy blue fire. I think King Zora was like a bloopy or something. I don't remember.
Something I don't remember. Yeah.
I did ice early, so I didn't check as it.
Yeah. Oh, that was the thing, because I was thinking, okay, what if KZ had a hookshot, and the last 2 checks I did before ice were the 2 hookshots. It's actually back to back. Like, okay, well that's not gonna be in ice or on KZ.
Yeah, you were actually like in a lead a little bit at various points, Braaks. One thing's going ice earlier. You got to forest quicker. You got that bomb bag earlier, but what the hell? Shoutouts to you getting 2 shoe packs out of the Wasteland, and then buying 2 shoe packs in the Wasteland, and then getting some more out of Spirit Temple? GTG.
There was 10 more in GTG, and then like right after DC, you get the bomb bag. It's like you knew it was coming, but like.
Yeah. So at the big. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Braaks.
So I wanted to do like early reverse Westland to buy shoes and to do GTG, but I hadn't enough money, so I just rushed DC, and by chance there was a hammer, and then the bomb bag just in CAC. So I was kind of lucky, I think.
Yeah, the thing with the hammer is like I got it. Like I knew there was the CAC check, the redead check that was there, but I didn't really want to go all the way down to then go back up. Maybe I should have to like be sure I'm not isolating it, but I thought, okay, maybe I can do it later, and I really wanted to do ice at that point. It was pretty close to ice. So I thought, I'll do it later.
Yeah.
And then I did after DC, I guess, with archery and 10 skull.
Yeah, Braaks City just decided to take the risk that the Lossless Baumgarten was useless.
Yeah, that's right. Because between the well and the two isolated checks, yeah, I felt well was a greater place.
Yeah, it made sense because you'd done everything else. Your best chance was probably when you got those iron boots, but well, there was you didn't. If you just didn't do it then, it was hard to get back.
Yeah. Yeah, if I didn't forget that, maybe there is a match. Maybe it's close. I think I'm still behind, but
you guys were actually really close. Even after doing Shadow Braaks, if you had gone for whichever reason, if you had decided randomly to go to your long shot, you would have been within like a minute of what the hells or something.
yeah.
Like, it was very close. Like, you guys were only like 5 or 6 minutes apart in Shadow or something like that. It wasn't much. If you had gotten long shot when you got a skull mask, I think you win the seed, in fact. It was a good race there. And that's how random be sometimes.
Yep. Sometimes you gamble and you win, sometimes you gamble and it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, no, a really good race from you guys. Not a bad time even for the C, too. 240, 145. Pretty decent for AD. And yeah, and what the hells. And yeah, let's see. So, your next opponent. What the hells? You get Dylan Evil.
Let's go.
In round 2. Yep. You guys have played multiple times before, if I believe, and facing off.
No, we've never played in an actual
Have you
tournament
not?
match. No.
Fun.
Played a bunch of friendlies and stuff, but we've never played an actual tournament match, so that should be fun.
Oh, nice. So yeah, get to see how that goes. And Braaks, you get Elstsuna in losers round 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how he plays, but I will just play my seed, I think, and see how it goes.
Yeah, should be interesting. Yeah, I do think we're about done here. I don't have any additional questions. Ginger, any comments?
No.
For chat?
I think we've covered everything.
Alrighty then. So, let's take us out then. Shoutouts to our runners. Give them a follow. What the hell's happened in Braaks? To my co-com Ginger Sunny, to our trackers Beasler and Ksinja. Also, thank you to Baseball for doing a lot of work today, monitoring three separate races and keeping hopping just in general. Thank you for all your work. Thank you, merci Arthur et Ryukan pour la restream française, and thank you to everyone in chat for watching this fantastic race.
And shoutouts to Star as well for restreaming and commentating and filling the sheet, which is no easy triple task. So congratulations for that. It's been a great race. Thank you very much, guys.
Yep. Sorry, I have to laugh at someone in chat saying, GG, thanks runners, comms, trackers, not Trez. Braaks, what the hells, if you guys watch this back, we end up spending much of the last 10 minutes chatting with Trez.
Oh, nice.
Memory galore. Yeah. But no, thanks everyone for watching. Coming up ahead of the CSR schedule, this is it for us tonight. Today, tomorrow we have one restream. We'll be doing Losers Bracket Round 1 tomorrow at 3 Eastern for Tom Hoops versus No Ponce at 3 Eastern. At the same time, probably not restreamed, it will be a winners round 1 match between Arthur Udini and Neko, and then we've got more races throughout the week, including a Zelda 1 90% relay race on Tuesday at 9 PM Eastern to celebrate that game's anniversary.
Very nice.
There's plenty more races that come up throughout the week, but this will be it for us here. We're going to go over and rate our friends at the Silver Gauntlets. They're restreaming a Challenge Cup Group F match between Allison IRL and Cloudike. They've got a disaster, apparently. I have no idea what happened to their seed, but they are 3 hours and 21 minutes in, and both runners are sitting at 4 medallions, so I think I can say it's bad.
That sounds horrific. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go see what actually happened there and call it a night. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.